Hey, hi all, welcome back. So today we are going to see a very interesting interview question as well as a very important functionality as well. At some point of time you will also need to create some toggles into your UIs or some place for different types of requirements. One of the toggle condition I have taken here is for example status. So in our database I have field called is active, so either it is true or false it can be, and I have to control that functionality with the help of a toggle button. If I click on this toggle, let's say like if it is red color, it means that second row is inactive. If I click on here, this row will become active here. Let's go and check in the database as well. Let's refresh it. See here, it has become active, second row. If I again click on this second row, it will become inactive. So this is how this toggle is working. In the same way we can create toggles for other use cases as well. So we will try to take the example of this toggle, how to create it. Okay, so let's get started onto that. First of all, we have to select a record type here. So I have already selected a record here. The record name is student here. So it has the name, phone, address, and one is active field is also there, which we are going to use for our toggle button. Okay, and this is the data. So some data you can see is active is true, is active is false, and some data are null as well. So how we will handle that on the UI, that we have to see here. First of all, what I will do, I will take a section layout here, and in the section layout I will write here student data. This is going to be our student data. And now let's take a grid field here. So I will take a read only grid, and in the grid we will refer our student ys student. Once it has been referred, now you can see the data on the grid here. After that, let's go to our expression mode, and in our expression mode we will add a new grid column for our toggle button. So let's copy and paste that. Sort field we don't need it, and here we will write here status. So status of the student. And now we need an icon here for the toggle. So in order to add the icon, we have to add a rich text display field. Okay, so here we will take a rich text display field. The value of the rich text is going to be rich text icon. And which icon we have to take for our toggle button? So we have to go in the icon section, and here if you just write here toggle, so you will get two buttons, toggle off, toggle on. So this only we have to use, but we have to make a condition here. What is the condition? If, let's say that if or of, why I'm taking or, because it is a boolean field. FB bang row and then student, FB bang row ys student dot is active. If it is true, if it is true, then we have to show what the status is true. It means toggle is already on, so this data is active. If it is off, so I have to show here toggle is off here. And now let's remove this extra FB bang row and let's see it in action here. See, as of now it is 1, so it is showing the status as true here, rest all are in false. Now the next thing here is, once you have done the icon, let's increase the size of the icon a bit. So size is going to be now medium here. And now the link part. In the link, see, if you see, check the links, a lot of links are there. In the interview question, one might can ask like which link are you going to use there, which link is important. So in our case, for this toggle we will try to use dynamic link. So this is our dynamic link, and in the dynamic link what we will do, we will use into save into. Inside the save into parameter, what we are going to use is write records smart service. Directly we are going to write the data into our database with the help of write records, and our data will be synced as well, so we don't have to refresh our record as well. So it will ask you the records on which you are going to add the data. So our record is ys student. Now record I have mentioned, but what data I have to write in this record, that is important. So here in the is active I have to write some data. What data I have to write? Let's say like if it is true, then I will write false. If it is false, I will write true. Then only the toggle will work. So same if condition I will put it here as well, paste it. See, if it is true, it means that I have to write here false because it is already true. And if it is false, then I will write it here true. So that is how we have to do it. Now After that, in the after the records, so you can see here in the our right records, there is on success parameter as well. If it is success, so where the data should go and save here, right? So I will create a variable here in order to save the data if the data is successfully changed. So local bank success, so this is our going to be the variables. And now a bank save, target is what, local bank success, and the data is FB bank records updated. Whatever the data updated, it will go and store into this particular data here. So let's try to do that. Click on the fifth one. So I have clicked on fifth, and you can see here the success variable will now change. It is trying to write the data, and now it has, okay, so it has tried to write data, but it has created a seventh ID. Why? Click on refresh here and see here, oh, instead of changing the ID is active true here, it has created a new row. Okay, see, one more important concept always keep in mind while updating the data. Here you can see here I have not specified IDPK. If IDPK is not there, it will create a new row. If you give the IDPK, it will update the same row. So student ID is very important here. Every bank row, and then I will provide next time my IDPK as well, dot ID. So student ID is important. Now let's try to click on test here, and you can see one more is active true was there, but this time I will once again try to do for the fifth row. Click on this one here, and in the see, fifth has now become is active true. Click on test interface once, and now you can see here it is now active here. Let's change the color of our active and inactive as well. So I will go back in my icons, and I will try to copy the same if condition, copy it, and here we will go for the color part. Paste the same condition here as well. Now if it is true, then it should show here what are the different colors available. If it is true, then it should show positive. I will make it here positive, otherwise the other color is going to be negative, so it is going to be a negative one. So my color is also updated. So you can see here now whatever row is active, it is showing here in positive and negative colors. One important point is then, let's say like I have tried to turn on this one, it has got updated. If I click on test, then it will get updated, but I don't have to. The data should automatically refresh on its own. How to do that part here? Now in order to refresh the data, what we will do here after that, okay, one more parameter before, one more parameter is missing. So like let's add that. Let's say like some error is there, so we should be able to save the error as well. Okay, and I will just save here false. As of now no error is occurring, that is fine. But now let's see, we have to refresh our grid based on the data which is there. So if you go to the grid field, there is a refresh parameter as well. If you just write refresh, it will say refresh after, refresh always, refresh interval, and refresh on where change. Means if any variable is changed, then also it will get refreshed. So here just make local bank success, and now let's try to do that. If I try to make it inactive, let's say as of now it is null, it got refreshed. Click on once again and see here it will get updated. So this is how we have tried to create our toggle buttons. We can make the size a bit more as well, but our toggle button is now working perfectly fine. So instead of medium, we can give here a bit medium plus, and now our toggle button is working exactly the way it is expected to work. So you can see here once the data is there updated, then it will change into red color. Let's change that as well, fourth number, and see if I click on again this one, so it will get into is active true, and color will show as green. So this is how we have done our toggle. So I hope this was clear, how to create the toggle buttons here. That was all for now. Thank you.